channel. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the new subscribers. I'm so happy that you started to follow me, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Sophia, and you might know if you have seen my first video that I live in Italy, and this is my passion. It's my dream become true, and I could make this dream come true because I am a freelancer. And if you're interested in all these topics, and if you want to know how you can become a freelancer as well, then please watch the video until the end, because I will give you some very valuable advice in the end of this video on how you can become a freelancer as well, like me. So let me do a short introduction on this topic, because I think there are a couple of things you should know before considering to become a freelancer. I will keep this quite authentic because I'm talking about my personal experience. So of course everyone is different, and many things that I say here on this channel can be different for many people, you know, not everyone is like me. Of course, I'm talking about my personal experience, and I want you to know that. Let's come to the real introduction to this topic. So what I want you to know is it will not be easy, okay? If you want to be successful, you have to consider that freelancing is about being passionate about something. Yeah, I want you to know that, because I want to be completely honest with you guys. I want you to know that freelancing is not easy. Life is hard, but you can be successful if you really believe in what you're doing. That was my first secret, okay? So it won't be easy. Please keep that in mind. It won't be easy, but if you are really passionate about something, you can make it. If your passion is more intense and more important than your fears or your struggle, then you can make it. So there is not a real secret to become successful, but you have to be passionate about what you're doing. Please keep that in mind. If you found something that you're passionate about, as I told you before, if you found something, keep going. Like, don't listen to other people, just keep going, because that's what is the secret to a good freelancing career. I was not listening to anyone. People told me, Sophia, you're not going to succeed, and I just did not listen. I just believed in myself. And of course I will do more videos about this topic, about how to believe in yourself, no matter what other people think about you or say about you. Because think about very successful people or very famous people like Steve Jobs, or famous singers like Freddie Mercury. In the beginning, these people, nobody believed in them. Nobody believed in their idea and what they did. But in the end, these people had a huge success because they kept believe in yourself and believe in what you do and be passionate about it. And of course it won't be easy, but if you are so passionate and convinced, you really can make it. I promise, you really can make it. Prepared for what you want to do. That means you have to have skills, of course. You cannot just become a freelancer out of nothing. I'm a freelance translator, and of course I studied a lot. I studied for more than 5 years. So if you want to become a freelancer, first of all, you have to have skills, and important skills, something that is highly requested or requested. And if you cannot find an area or a place where your skills are requested, then find a university that really gives you the possibility to learn new skills. If you cannot afford a university, consider something that you learned in the past. Perfect. take that skill and take it to the next level and make something out of it. Just don't leave it there. It's such a waste, I think, if you don't make something out of your skills, if you don't use your passion, your intelligence, anything you know how to do. Don't forget about your skills. If you have already something you know, for example, what did you do when you were a child, and what were you good at when you were a child? Think about those things as well. You can get inspired, of course, by books, by your family, by bloggers, by movies. You can get inspired through the internet, of course. You can do some research, and also do your homework, like do market research or do something where you can find more information. We have so many possibilities out there to inform ourselves, to know about what people want to know or what people need. Search in the internet, do market research. You have to find your market, you have to find people who need your skills. So I did my research and I found out that, for example, here where I live at Lake Garda in Italy, people need translation and interpreting for German, because there are many Germans who come here and buy houses and get married, for example. So that's my job. I became a freelancer as an interpreter and a translator, and I concentrated especially on private customers who are interested in buying houses in Italy, for example, and I helped them with everything they need, like translations, notary appointments. They have to go to the town hall and to do the bureaucratic stuff. And so I found out that that's what people need here on the lake. Now that you found your passion, or you found your skill, or you found what you are able to do as a job, or now that you did your course, let's say, now that you did your studies, you found what you are already good at, you might say, but how am I going to get clients? How am I going to get customers? And yes, you're right, that's what you need to know. What was mainly my success was that I created a website, okay? I created my own website. Present yourself to the world, of course. That's the most important thing. That's how you start off. Make your name known on any possible social network, or just through your personal website, okay? And also look at maybe local listings or some place where you live, in a place you live, where you can market yourself. Don't underestimate social media. Don't underestimate Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Create your own website and create a good website. Put effort in your website. And that's the point where I told you it's not going to be easy. Yes, you have to put effort in your project and what you're doing, because you have to be present, you have to care about what you're doing, okay? So create your own website and then start to put your website on different networks. Maybe think about professional networks as well. Have people out with problems in your industry, of course. Make a good website. Write something that is important to know about you, about your business, about your idea, and make it unique. Don't copy anyone, and there's so many people who say, okay, just go and look at the websites of other people in your industry and just get inspired. But of course you can do that, maybe to get inspired, but do your own thing also. When you create a website, when you create your business, when you create your brand, don't copy other people, because you are unique, and be yourself and stick to that as well. You can work with pictures, you can work work with emotions. You can work with movies, of course, on your website as well. You can insert a little video clip. You can take songs, music, because emotions are strongly connected sometimes to music. But there are many tips, of course, on the internet for that. But your impression on people is what really makes you stand out from the rest, okay? Consider that as well. So that's why your website has to be unique. Your website has to be something great, something that stands out, that everybody will notice. And I will talk about how to get creative and how to get inspired and how to have unique ideas, but do not underestimate also personal contacts. Get in touch with people and people that are important for you. And not only people from your industry. Think about any person that could be interested in your skills and get in touch with them. Get in a personal contact with these people and consider to go to some event. Consider to meet people where you might not expect to meet them, but there you will make the most important contacts. And contacts, personal contacts, are so important. I started to go to some event also of the real estate industry, of course, or boat industry. Just go to some event and you will meet people. There you have to be able to make a good impression on people, and I will talk about how you can work on your impression you have on people, and maybe you can make yourself more interesting. You can do some personal training to work on your character, but in order to get in touch with people, go to some event and then be yourself. Talk with them, be open-minded. Don't just think you are the only right person that has the only right idea and that's it. No, there are many other people out there who have good ideas as well, and everything is also about exchanging ideas and exchanging views and contacts. Contacts are important. Okay, so here is the most important part of my video. What can you do as a freelancer? What jobs can you do as a freelancer? That's what you all wanted to know, and here I am. I'm going to tell you now. So first of all, I think with the situation we are living right now, we have to stay home because of the corona crisis. Here you should consider as the most important way to work as a freelancer the internet. We have such a great opportunity with internet to work from wherever we want to work. What jobs can you do on the internet? Okay, so you can teach something. You can be a teacher for anything you're good at. You can teach a language. You can teach writing skills. You can teach computer programs. You can teach yoga, for example. You can teach any kind of sports, Pilates. And you can do that all over the internet. You can make videos about that, but you can also consider doing private lessons over Skype or Zoom. Maybe you might do tutoring, for example. But of course, you can also do something that is not so time-consuming or personal. So consider to write a blog, or maybe open your own YouTube channel, for example. Talk about what you're good at and what you would like to other people to know. You can write a blog about a specific topic, like for example travel tips or DIYs or home decor or something that people are passionate about, maybe cooking. You know, if you're unique in what you're doing, people will come back. People will want to know more about you and about what you're doing. You can become a coach. You can offer coachings to people. For example, psychological coachings. You can recommend people how to deal with their relationships, how to have a happy relationship. Maybe you're a psychologist, then consider to work on the internet with your skills, you know. And also you can do coachings about business, about entrepreneurship, about business strategies. Maybe search a little bit more about what you can do for coachings. Ciao! my neighbor was becoming curious about my video and what I was talking about, so I said hi. But let's get back to the topic. So another thing you can do is you can open an agency, like for example a travel agency, or you can become a wedding planner. Think about doing things that people don't want to do themselves. Organize something for people, especially because maybe they are stressed or they're tired of their life and everything they have to do in life already. So they don't want to think about some things in their lives, and you can organize these things for them. You can offer your skills. Maybe you're very good in organizing things, so think about that. Think about organizing a trip for some person, or organizing an international wedding. And maybe you have many contacts around the area where people want to get married, and so you can use those skills and offer them to people. So if you really don't know how to become a freelancer or how to work from where you want to work, consider to ask your company, your actual employer, if they want you to become a freelancer for them. So if you can work remotely for them, and so you can move to another country and just say, you have known me for years and years and years, you know how I work, you know I am a valuable person, I am a very skilled person, so I would love to continue working for your company, but for me it's very important to live in a place where I can be happy, or where I wanted to live for my whole lifetime. So just try. If you don't try, you will never know. That's another mistake many people make in life, I think. They just don't try because they're scared. They're scared about losing their job. If you ask once and they tell you no, you cannot do it or anything, ask another time. Wait a little bit and ask in another moment. You never know, maybe things change, you know. That's a huge mistake people make, that they don't have the courage to ask for what they want to have. Another thing you can do is, of course, you can write a book, you can become an author. If you don't feel confident on doing lessons online, then consider writing a book. That's something you can do from home or from wherever you are. Or you can become a translator or a copywriter like I am. Yes, I studied a lot, but then I became a freelance translator, and now I can live from my earnings, and that's great. You know, it's just a great feeling, and I would be so happy for you guys if you could also have this feeling one day. Of course it's risky, but before you make this huge step, do it gradually. First, you can continue to work for your company. Try to start it as a side business. Make it a hobby first, and when you see that the time you have for this hobby is not enough anymore, then consider to do it full-time. It is a gradual thing. I gained a lot of experience in my job first, working for all these international and famous companies, and then I jumped into the cold water and became a freelancer. The work experience you're gaining also by working as an employee for a company will be valuable for what you're going to do after as a freelancer. If you really don't know now what to do as a freelancer, you can also fill in surveys. You can do market research for companies, and they will pay you actually for this job, especially if you need to have some skill to do these surveys. That makes you unique for the company, because maybe you know several languages, so you can do your survey in several countries, for example, okay? So that makes you unique again. Of course, if you're an artist, for example, you can do paintings and sculptures and sell them over the internet. Make an online shop, make people go to your website, and consider ordering maybe some of your artwork. You have to market yourself, and you have to know how to do it, and you have to put effort in it, and that's the secret. And be passionate about everything you do. Also about marketing. Just learn something that makes you happy and that people might need, and don't give up too early as well. Keep going. No matter what you're doing or what you think about doing, keep going.